Let's talk about the short story of J.P. Lovecraft, and it is The Temple, 1920. Well, the plot. We have a submarine, and it submarine destroy one maybe it is American ship. And then they kill everybody who tried to save on boats. And after that, they found a corpse in a sea, and they took this corpse, they seek it, and they found some thing, maybe a keychain or maybe a statue, and it is very evil statue. And then the mysterious things began to happen. Well, it was different things. They saw a lot of dolphins in such a deep where they cannot be, or they seen a strange things in a illuminate in a window, and then they sank into some ancient underwater city, and there they saw a temple. Oh, I forget about the people who became crazy, all of them, and it is very dangerous, and this is a scary thing, and only one captain remained, and then he went to that temple, and obviously he dead there. This is the plot. Speaking of the main character, well, there are some satirical notes in this story, because the captain couldn't understand why the aliens are so hostile to their crew. Why? And I have an answer to you. They were so hostile because this captain ordered to kill all people in lifeboats, and then he couldn't understand that it was, well, not very good step, and it is something like Hottentot moral. If you do something rude to other people, so you are right. If they do something wrong to you, they are not right. And I think it is satirical, because, well, maybe Lovecraft he was American, and maybe he didn't like German because his country fought with German. Well, speaking of a main character, so we have a, very, very strong man. He has an iron will, but he is a psychopath. He is literally obsessed with serving his country. He is a soldier, and he has no any pity to other people. He shoot all rebels on his ship. Well, there were a lot of sailors who don't want to have that evil thing on their ship, and they wanted to get rid of it, but they couldn't do it. So the captain, he's like a robot. Well, he doesn't have any feelings or emotions. He is absolutely a rationalistic person, and he doesn't have any moral boundaries. And in real life, if it was a real life, he was right. Just because, we don't have any dolphins that can swim so deep. But in the world of Lovecraft, so it is another story. There we have some unrealistic world where we have some unrealistic world where we don't have where this strong rationalist became mad person, and after that, in the end, he had only one new feeling. It is curiosity. What is in that temple? And yet, one very good thing of Lovecraft well, he doesn't, or he didn't tell it all was right. He told us that it can be hallucination that caused of oxygen deprivation. Yet we have here something like a mix of German War, of the Great War, and the Atlantics, and maybe the slightest thing of Lovecraftian mythology. But yet I can say that we don't have in reality Lovecraftian mythology here. We don't have it. It is ancient Greek mythology. Well, think about. Well, we have innocent sailors, and sailors were murdered by German soldiers, and then, well, maybe Poseidon personally, the souls of innocently murdered British sailors became dolphins, and Poseidon personally curses the sailors. Then we have Atlantis sank, and we have something like Apollo on that medals and reference, and we have a lot of references to the ancient Greek mythology. So you know, well, we don't, well, Lovecraftian mythology and all that cosmogony, it developed in the next years. But here, well, Lovecraft, maybe he didn't know what did he want to write, and this why here is so much references to Greek mythology. And it is not the latest Lovecraft where he wrote about different civilizations and different worlds. It is earlier Lovecraft. In fact, Lovecraft explained everything in his letter. Well, he wrote something like, well, his underwater city is a creation of human hands, a formulaic and glittering metropolis that once raised in copper domes and chrysolite colonnades to the blazing sun. It was Atlantis. In his city lived beautiful, bearded Nordic people who spoke an elegant language similar to Greek, and the flames that Count von Albert Arenstein saw were witch fires, lit by spirits many millennia old. That the solution. Well, you know, it is strange story. It is not difficult, but we have something. I see that there is something in it. Well, we have a strong, absolutely rationalistic man who became well, maybe madness, or who became curious. He didn't have any emotions, but he had a lot of will, a lot of strength. Maybe such people could go to war and fight there. Maybe only such people can go to war and fight there. Because you know, you are closed in a submarine. It is a boat, and it goes deep under the water, and you know that only one your mistake and it is all over. And you also have all that German strength and German will. And then you go deep down to the bottom of the ocean, to one ancient city. You don't know what is that ancient city, what can wait you in that city. And you know, maybe it is something like addiction to drugs. First of all, you don't think about that, then you think that everything's okay, then you get used to it, and then you cannot be without it. And this is such a man. he cannot be without this strange thing, and he went to that city, and obviously he dead there. It is a very interesting story, very dark story, and it has a good script, a good plot, and a good atmosphere. Well, Lovecraft is the best because of his atmosphere. So I can rank it like 11 point of 12. Thank you for your attention.